Do you think that that's necessary? Do you think that there needs to be more parameters in place so that you're not seeing things as a teenager that are disturbing or harmful or, I don't know, how do you feel? What do you guys think? Do we need rules like this?
You can always just, like your birthday, like you can always just change it to whatever you can put your 100 years old.
Welcome to MOMCAST and an episode like we have never done before. In case you haven't heard, Instagram recently laid out a new set of rules to keep teens safe on their app. According to Instagram CEO, these new rules will automatically place teen accounts in a 13+ setting. Similar to what you see with the PG-13 movie content, the new rules will also restrict them from seeing or interacting with content deemed inappropriate. And these rules on the heels of pressure from lawmakers, families, and kids themselves who believe social media is just not safe for young adults. Study after study reinforces what we now know, that social media can lead to depression, anxiety, poor sleep, and expose our kids to harmful content and cyberbullying. Listen, as parents, we want to protect our kids at all costs. But today on MOMCAST, we're getting a different perspective from the teens themselves. You're going to meet Trace, Mason, Taylor, and Ivania. They're different ages. They come from different backgrounds, different interests, likes, dislikes, and very different views on social media. Time for the teen takeover right here on MOMCAST. All right, so first question is, how important is social media to each of you? How big of a part does it play in your life? Ivania, we'll start with you.
It's a way that I can see how my family is living. For example, I have family in different parts of the world, basically, and I can't always contact them because of time zones and different times. So they could be awake while I'm sleeping. So social media allows me to see what they're doing, what they're involved in, and just like their daily lives when they post on social media.
Yeah, Taylor, what about you?
For me, I really like it just to be able to connect with my friends. I feel like it's a very easy way. We're always on social media, things like that. And then I also just feel like, you know, whenever I'm bored, I do unfortunately end up on like TikTok and stuff. So yeah, but I do really like it to just connect with friends and, like you said, family for sure.
Trace, you said like every, so what do you have? Give me the rundown.
I got TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. I even have Facebook, but that's, okay, because some games, like, you can get free stuff if you log in with Facebook. But yeah, that's what I have.
What one is your favorite? Rank them for me.
It definitely goes Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram.
Okay, I thought Snapchat, this is how out of it I am. I thought Snapchat was over. Is that the number one that you guys use in high school?
I would say
I
for
think
sure.
So, yeah.
Snapchat. And what, is it just to message each other or is it photos? What is it?
You can like take pictures of yourself or like what you're doing and you like send it to your friends and stuff.
I feel like I use it a lot for like videos. Like if I'm like telling my friend them or like showing them something, like I send them videos. Like that's what I mainly use it for.
Okay, an old parent question, but why don't we just text?
You can text on it too.
No, but like why don't you just text like on your phone versus using Snap?
Because it's not as fun.
Is that what it is?
Like
Yeah.
I agree. I don't even know why, but like I agree.
Yeah.
Funny. Okay, Mason, you're kind of like the outlier. You do not have social media. Was that a choice that you made or a choice that your family made?
I mean, so I wasn't allowed to till I was 16, but now that I'm 17 now, but I still just have chosen not to get it. I don't really see a point. I agree, I can just like text my friends and just, that's how I communicate and see everything. It's just text, call. So all my friends around me have it and I see like through that and I can like look on theirs or whatever, but I don't have any now.
When that rule was in place by your parents, were you not happy about that you wouldn't be able to get it till 16? Were there ever times you were like, oh, I feel like I'm missing out or I'm not getting invited to this or anything like that?
There was a period where I felt like everything's like posted on Snap, like that's how you get invited to things or that's how you meet new people. But then like just with my friends having it, I just text them like, hey, if something's going on, just let me know. And then, so I never really was like, can I please get it? Or I never tried to sneak it or anything like that. It was just always like okay, like, that's fine.
Do you guys think, do you know other people like Mason? I mean, as weird as that is, that you don't have social media, but do you hear that very much from other people, or is it pretty much everyone online?
I feel like I do a little bit. Like I do think there's like kind of like that age like 16ish, then they like wait. I feel like I've heard that, but otherwise I feel like most people are online.
Yeah, Vanya, what about you?
I don't know, cause like I also don't have Snapchat, just cause like I don't feel like a need for it if I have like Instagram and TikTok. I feel like I don't need it, but like I know other people that are for sure like, oh, my parents don't let me, but like I'm happy they don't let me.
How do you guys view social media? What does it do for you? Why are you on it? Trace, we'll start with you because I know that you have quite a few of the apps. What do you like about it? But also, what do you not like about it?
Like, it's entertaining, but digital footprint too. If you post something, it's there forever. Even like text messages, it like says it goes away, but I really doubt it goes away. But yeah, I just use it for entertainment. That's what I like about it.
Are there things that you do or that you notice in your life where you try to limit it at all? Or do you think you even have to worry about that?
Yeah, I try to limit it because like my classes this year are super hard. But like I end up, when I get home, I end up just laying on my bed doom scrolling. I'm like, oh no, I have math homework. And then I go to my desk, start my assignment, then end up on TikTok again. I don't know, I just can't stop.
See, it's really difficult,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
And I think about all the time that I am doom scrolling, and I'm like, I could have done all of the chores that I need to get done around the house, but it's almost like that escape, kind of, right?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel being on social media? Vanya, we'll start with you. Do you feel safe when you're on social media? Do you feel like the app is protecting you at all, or no?
I feel like I'm protected because of myself. I don't know much about the apps if they're protecting me, but I feel like as long as like I like click on the right things and I just like watch the right things, I'll be fine. Yeah. But I mean, like, as long as like I do like the precautions that like my parents told me and that like I've seen around school, I feel like I'll be fine. And I see like it helps me a lot with like scholarships going around and a lot of like opportunities that I can do. So social media definitely helps me with that.
Okay, talk to me about those precautions that your parents have said to you or that you've learned at school. What are things that you're hearing, the conversations that you're having surrounding social media, whether it's with friends, family, or even with educators? The Teen Takeover continues on MOMCAST.
MOMCAST is sponsored by Moxie Pest Control, protecting what matters most.
Like a lot of my friends have gotten like accounts made of them, and it looks like them, and they're just like, oh, I like forgot my password. Can you send me $50 for gas? I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Like my friend would never do that. So like they definitely like have told me about like messaging the right people or just like don't follow people you don't know because that's like weird. You don't know them, so don't do that.
Taylor, what about you? Have you had any experiences where it's been a negative space?
I guess negative, like a lot of people, like you'll just go on there and it seems like that's their whole life, but I know like a lot of the stuff seems fake on there. I haven't had like a negative experience with like privacy problems or anything because kind of like she was saying, I feel like I know not to share certain information on there, not to click on certain links, stuff like that.
Yeah. Mason, do you know or have friends who have had to deal with things that have not been good on social media?
Yeah, like just scams or like their account gets like hacked or whatever, taken over and stuff like that.
What about bullying? Is that something that, guys, I feel like parents, we all think that like, I don't want my kids on it because of bullying or stuff like that. Is that a reality? Do you guys see that? Do you have people that deal with that or no?
I've never seen that, no.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been
That's
like
good to
cyberbullied
hear.
or- I mean, maybe I've seen like clips on TikTok of fake, like just fake videos. Like, what's it called? Like short films or something. Like Darman videos. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's just
Do I
like
not wanna
fake-
know what that
they're
is?
like short clips of just like stuff that can happen, but like, yeah.
They kind of teach
Yeah, it
lessons and
teaches.
things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys were sitting in front of your parents who maybe don't have any clue what really is going on online, what do you want them to know about social media and your relationship with it? Taylor, what do you think?
I guess they don't really have a problem with me on it because I feel like they just like know that they raised me like very well to like know what to do, what not to do, what to share, what not to share.
Okay.
I think they just know it's an easy way for me to connect with my friends and just get to know people.
Yeah. Ivani, what about you?
Well, I have a dad that's like, he has the social media, but like he's never on it. And then I have my mom who she's like a Facebook mom basically. She's on there for sure.
She's probably friends with Trace on Facebook.
I don't
No, I don't have any friends on it.
I'm just kidding.
But she definitely is like aware and she like knows social media, so she'll be like, okay, be careful with this, or she'll sometimes like check my social media just to make sure like there's nothing suspicious on there, and she just does it to like make sure that everything's okay and that like, and she's like a very safe space. She's like, if there's anything going on, please tell me. So I definitely like have like her support, and then my dad there, he's just very like old school. He's just like, how do you use this? How do you do this? So for him, it's just like a little like, just be careful on there.
Yeah, Trace, what about you?
AI's getting super advanced, so I just tell them don't get scammed. Because there's some AI videos that fool me, like I
Yes.
think they're real, so I just don't want them to get scammed. That's it.
Mason, what are the conversations that you have at your home when it comes to being online?
I feel like there aren't too many. I mean, just since I don't
Your
have any
parents are
of it.
so lucky. They don't have to worry about
No,
it with you.
exactly.
Come on. No other siblings are interested in it either?
Well, so they have it, but I'm the youngest of all my siblings, so they're all adults now out of the house. So they all have it now, but I'm the only one that doesn't. We have like conversations like, I totally could get it if I wanted. I have no limits on my phone. Like I could get it, but I don't have it. Yeah.
So Instagram just rolled out all of these new kind of parameters for those who have like teen accounts. So if you're a teenager and you're registered on Instagram, there's some things that they're going to prevent you from seeing. Do you think that that's necessary? Do you think that there needs to be more parameters in place so that you're not seeing things as a teenager that are disturbing or harmful, or I don't know, how do you feel? What do you guys think? Do we need rules like this?
You can always just, like your birthday, like you can always just change it to whatever you can put your 100 years old if you wanted to, so then. But yeah, I think there should be, like, just to keep the kids from getting scarred.
Do you feel at all like you've been scarred on social media because there hasn't been these parameters in place, or no?
When I was like 6 or 7 maybe, I watched like these horror short films on YouTube, and like I could ever see some stuff the same, so yeah, I don't know what my mom was letting me do, but she was letting me watch them.
So you do think that people would benefit?
Yeah.
Could you go without it? Could you be like Mason and just completely shut it down like right now and be totally fine? What would you miss? What do you think, Taylor?
I think it would have been a lot easier if I like never had it. I would probably be fine like now, since I could like, I feel like Snapchat was the easy way to get to more know people, and like now I have all their phone numbers, so that was like easier now that I have their phone numbers. I could probably like go without that more. TikTok, I could get used to not having it, but it would probably take a while. Like when TikTok was shut down for like that one day, like I remember me and my friends were all like, the amount of times we accidentally clicked on the app forgetting it was shut down was insane, and it was like embarrassing almost. We're like, oh my gosh, we clicked on it like 3 times in a minute. It was so bad.
What about you?
I mean, I think I'll be fine without it. I actually told my mom the other day, I was like, what if I just like delete my social media for like a week? Like, and I feel like it'll be helpful, like just for like myself, especially with like school being so busy senior year. So I think it'll be like definitely beneficial, but I feel like I'd get FOMO at one point. I'd be like, oh wait, I wonder if anyone's posted anything, or I wonder how their pictures for homecoming came out.
I mean, it's so integrated into your lives, because I think about how you guys grew up and you've always been online. Like I didn't have a cell phone all through high school. That's how old I am. I know, Trace, your eyes are about to pop out of your head. Could you go without it if you had to stop today, just be completely done? What do you think you would fill your time with?
Homework. But yeah, I think I could probably stop. That's a hard question actually. But yeah, I think I could. But then yeah, all my time would just be homework. And I need to start reading. That would be definitely.
That's something good to pick up your senior year.
Yeah.
Right? Reading. I love that. Are there times where you notice like your brain needs a break? And what does that look like for you? Where you just like, man, this is not a good space for me. I notice that in myself where I'm just like, I've got to stop. Because I feel like I go on and then I'm just like comparing myself to other people when you're seeing these highlight reels. Do you guys have experiences like that at all where you feel like, I just need to get off of this thing?
I'll get too much into social media, like during my free time, and then I'll just like see things and I'm like, okay, this is like not good for me. Like this is not good for like my mental space. So I'm just like, I need to get off, and like I'll throw my phone across the room and just like forget about it.
The Teen Takeover continues on MOMCAST.
MOMCAST is sponsored by Moxie Pest Control, protecting what matters most.
Sometimes I'll get too much into social media, like during my free time, and then I'll just like see things and I'm like, okay, this is like not good for me. Like this is not good for like my mental space. So I'm just like, I need to get off, and like I'll throw my phone across the room and just like forget about it. But there's definitely times where I'm like, okay, like I need to take a break because it's not good for me. But then there's other times where I'm like, I don't have self-control, and I'm like, I'll be fine, and I just keep on going.
Mason, when your friends talk to you about like, why aren't you on? Like, come on, everyone else is on. What's your response?
It's just kind of like, well, I never have been, so I'm not hooked yet. And like, even then, I still am on my phone. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm never on my phone. Like, I still definitely have screen time, but it's just, I've never been hooked on it already, so it's just never been something I'm like, oh yeah, I like really want it. It's nice to be connected for sure, and there is times where I'm like, oh, like I'm missing out on that a little bit, but just being able to like, hey, like, could I see that real quick, or just like being able to text them, it still keeps me in contact. Maybe I don't know as many people, because Snapchat definitely connects you to a lot of people, but I still feel connected in person. I'd rather have the stronger connection than a surface level connection with a ton of people.
Love that. If you were in charge of social media and it was your rules, what would those rules look like to protect kids, keep people safe online, to have a good experience?
I think there would be limits, because I don't see a reason to not have limits. If it's just like, even if you can get around them, might as well still be there just because. So I think having the limits on like what videos can be posted and shown, and the age, like targeting certain age groups, I think there should be like a, say your age, and like, I don't know if there was a way to like, you have to tell the truth. I think that would be the perfect social media.
And do you think 16 is a good spot where it's like, okay, then we can allow people to have this?
Yeah, because I think it keeps you from getting hooked early, like, and it keeps you from having that like, oh no, comparison to all these different things, and like I'm missing out on all this, but it is hard in high school to not be connected to everything. So
Interesting. Taylor, what about you? What would be your rules for social media if you were in charge?
I agree with Mason. I definitely think there should be like age restrictions on like the videos you can post and see. I think it's just like important to keep them all safe, especially if they are younger and like somehow sneak onto the app or things like that. And honestly, I do kind of agree with like the 16-year-old thing. I feel like that is a very good age, because you still want to have like, I mean, that wasn't what it was for me. But
What was it for you?
I think I just like, at first I just got Instagram when I like first got to junior high, maybe like I was like 13. And then high school, I think, is when I got like Snapchat and like TikTok and stuff. Obviously my parents didn't want me to have it like 6th grade or anything, but I think once I hit like 8th grade, they let me have it. But I do think like 16 could be a good age, or just kind of around like the high school age, because you still want to have like a childhood, have those fun experiences, go out and do things.
And like I got Instagram, I would say about like a year or two ago. So I would say like the perfect age is just like 16, because it's the point where like you're getting older and you want to know how to work these things, because eventually you're gonna get to them, and you would rather have your parents tell you like how to manage these things instead of just sneaking it at an early age, or like getting it too late, if that makes sense.
Let's talk about the whole sneaking of it all, because I feel like I know a lot of kids that parents don't want them on it, so then they sneak it. Do you guys have friends who are dealing with that, and what do they tell you? What do they say about it?
Oh,
Here we go.
Well, actually, it's just like videos I've seen. I don't really have friends that do that, but like you can like make a shortcut, change the name of the app and like the icon. So you could put like the Bible or something, and it's actually Snapchat. Or yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Okay, Taylor, when you're a mom, will you let your kids have social media? The social media that you have now, will you let them have it? When will you? And what will you say to them?
I would say yes for sure, because I feel like obviously my parents like set me up very well, and like my morals and just like everything, like to know what and what not to do, especially because my mom's a therapist, so like I trust her a lot because she's heard like so many things. So like I feel like as long as I get like good trust with my children like I have with my parents, then like I'll be fine letting them have it. I would definitely just wait for those certain like older ages, 15, 16. Okay. And I do think like eventually they're gonna have it, or like I would rather like let them have it and talk to them about it than have them like sneak on and like change the app icon.
Yes. Okay, Mason, what about you?
Yeah, I think I would let my kids have it, but I think I would want to build the trust with them where they wouldn't want to sneak it. So like, hey, if you want social media, come to me, tell me, and then let's talk about it. Let's say, why do you want it? And if I agree, like you can totally have it at that age. Probably not when you're in elementary school, but definitely in like when you're older, I'd say just building a trust with them so that it's like, they don't feel like they have to sneak it, like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get so mad if he finds out I have it. Instead, like, okay, like, hey, you have it, let's talk about why, and explain to them what can happen on there and how to be, like, aware of everything that could happen.
You guys have talked a lot about building that trust and having that with your parents. How important is that in your life to have a relationship where you feel like you can go to the adult in your life, whether it's a parent or whatever it is, and talk to them? Like, how significant is that? How necessary is that to operate?
I live with my grandparents, and my grandma's like my best friend. Like, I tell her everything. But if I didn't have that, then like I don't know who I'd tell. And I would just keep it to myself, and then like I'd just be bunched up with emotions.
Yeah.
And so I think trusting your parents is like top tier.
And is there anything that sticks out to you guys that helps build that trust? Is it just, like, what is it? Is it them asking you questions? Is it spending time together?
Like,
what are things that help with that?
them just being like,
Home?
like them just loving you and like showing that they love you. And then you just like open up, you know? Like, that's just how I feel.
Oof, I love that. What about you, Mason?
Yeah, I was gonna say like the unconditional love, like even if you do mess up or make a mistake, you have to be able to come to them and know that they're not gonna like come down on you and punish you, but instead like, hey, that's okay, like let's work through it together. Because if they don't create that, then it's more of like oh crap, I can't come to them, and now you're getting even worse and worse. So
Right.
I definitely say trust is like super, super important.
And is that something that your parents like literally say to you?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what do they say?
They just say, you can come to us with anything and we're gonna love you no matter what happens, no matter what you do, like please come to us, it's okay.
Thank you for watching this episode of MOMCAST. I'm Emma Jade. We'll see you next week.
MOMCAST is sponsored by Moxie Pest Control, protecting what matters most.